What's up, everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. Before we jump right into it, I kind of want to give some context to who my next guest is. Mr. Rosewell, my English teacher from senior year. I only had Mr. Rosewell for the fourth quarter of senior year, and normally the fourth quarter is a time where you kind of let loose and you kind of give up and you embrace, so high school's almost over, summer's almost here. But that was not the case with Mr. Rosewell. It was a peculiar circumstance because COVID restrictions were just loosening up. And so our entire school was able to come back full in person for those last 6 weeks of school. So it was like the combination of Mr. Rosewell becoming our new teacher for the fourth quarter and also our class all coming together for the last time. It was like the combination of those two things that made his class really special. Mr. Rosewell's class provided a space for us to really feel like we had some closure for such a weird senior year, but also high school and an end of a public school career with everybody. And he allowed us to do that through making us do poetry, get up in front of the class and tell our stories, and writing narrative essays about ourselves. I just felt very inspired by him. You know, here's a guy who's insightful, thoughtful, and creative. And I felt like that I could gain a lot of wisdom by just sitting down with him and having a chat. And it was a fascinating conversation. We talked about success and creativity and how that evolves throughout a lifetime and how it continues to evolve. We talked about the process and being on the right path, and really amazing, enlightening conversation. And I just want to say to Mr. Rosewell, on behalf of everybody in the class, thank you for being such an amazing guy and being a great teacher. Really glad, proud, and happy to have ended the school year in high school and such a weird everything with your class, and it was an amazing time and I won't forget it. If you guys want to watch the full-length interview, it'll be in the corners. I don't know which one. Anyways, without any further ado, let's just jump right in the video. I hope you guys enjoy.
I did not. I slowed down a lot. I gave in to resistance with all the same excuses we all do.
Yeah.
For me, my biggest point of resistance was obviously imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough. Who wants to read my words? Who wants to see my pictures? 100%. Like, who am I to think that I can take a picture and someone else will want to see that?
Right.
Who am I to write a poem and think that other people should see this? So it was a lot of self-worth issues. For me, the artistic path has been a lot of like personal like therapy work, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I'm a better artist now because I've done like personal therapy, essentially. I mean, for me, journaling is just therapy.
Journaling is amazing.
Yeah.
Do you journal every day?
Every day, yeah.
How long have you been doing it?
I mean, I've gone through little moments where I don't keep up with it.
Yeah.
I have been journaling very consistently since my freshman year of college. So
Wow.
2003.
Wow.
2003, yes.
That's-
So I've now been almost 20 years of journaling.
Because I just started journaling, September-ish, and I was realizing the other day, I wrote it in I was like, holy shit, I've gone half a year of journaling and I haven't stopped. Like,
I do a page a day. And you know a Moleskine notebook?
Yeah.
Small enough, like not super ambitious, just a page a day. And then if I miss a day, I have to do 2 pages the next day. That is my secret formula.
That's your secret formula?
That's it. A page a day. You miss a day, no stress, no shame. You're not a failure. You just have to do 2 pages the next day.
That, no shame, no that
just,
is so important.
Damn, now I have to do 2 pages tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after a week, sure, there are weeks, I'm a teacher. I have 2 kids. There's a week that I'm like, I didn't write anything this week. Saturday, 6 pages. And that's it. And there's no shame. And there's no narrative about, I guess I'm not really a writer.
Right.
No, just means I had a really busy week.
Yeah.
But I'm like, just like Pressfield talks about, I sit down, I'm just going to bust out 6 pages.
Yeah.
Even if it is just some gratitude here to get started, and then a little like, look at that bird. Let me write about that bird for a second. And then without a doubt, there's always one little moment of the page where I'm like, oh, that was a cool thought. I'm glad that I got that out.
Right.
That's it. Yeah, that's my secret. And that's been the most healthy, long-term success strategy that I have implemented.
For me, it just like it's like a hack because there's been, and for me, I think I feel like I'll have like moments, like weeks of like real like feeling steady and like solid, and then there'll be other weeks where I'll feel like I'm like thinking too much and I'm going in these ruts. So it's a way for me to look back And just in the same way I like the videos because they document the moment, I can see this is what I was actually thinking then.
Yeah.
This is what I was saying. This is what I was going through.
Yep.
And
it's an incredible perspective exercise.
yeah.
Like going back and looking at journals from 2003, 2004.
How is that?
I mean, it's mildly embarrassing and cringy for sure. When I see, but it's also really helpful for perspective. When I see what I was struggling with in 2006, it's like, oh my God, really? Like I was that worried about this.
Like, can you throw out something?
Oh, random.
Say that again?
Like an example?
Yeah, something.
Oh.
It's like I resonate with that so much though. Like, and I write, and I'm like, damn, maybe one day I'll have like 50 of these books, like just to read through, you know. And
yeah.
But you have to maybe a stupid example of something that like is a worry of a 20-year-old kid, you know.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna ask for this example. Yeah, I mean, for me it was always, where am I going? Am I on the right path? That was my
almost entirely what.
Am I on the right path? Yep. And of course I expressed it in different ways. This day I wrote about it in this way.
Right.
Then I was feeling good for a week, so I was writing other creative stuff. But then all of a sudden, that is my reoccurring. When I do flip through those old journals, which I would definitely recommend doing, it always came back to an existential concern over where I'm going. Am I living out my fullest potential as a person?
Yeah. That's.
You can phrase it so many different ways, but you know that feeling of
that
is this right? Please God, tell me, am I on the right path?
Right.
And then I don't know what happened. And I still struggle with that. It's not like that's gone away. It's not like that's all of a sudden that's gone away. I still struggle with that.
Wow.
But now it's just like the same thing I said before. Like now I just feel that and now just have the mindful awareness to say, oh, I'm feeling that way again.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, this thing again. That's right.
You recognize the patterns as you
yeah.
go.